Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a match between Rain and Ample here on Colosseum. This is an RJB replay, you probably could have guessed. It's from the last couple of years. I'll put the year of the replay in the title. Top right we have Rain, our orange Protoss player, and in the bottom left we have Ample, our Terran player, who is not as well known, but he is up and coming and very, very excellent. All right, man. So, Korean speaking from Ample. Somebody will translate in the comments, and I'll pin it so you know what's going on here. Rain says semicolon, semicolon, which is universal for, I don't know. Alright, anyway, Colosseum, kind of a weird map, right? We don't have a lot of games on this map. It's been around for a very long time. Like I said, this is a recent replay from like 2020, 2021, maybe 2019, but also we have games on this map from back to like when Day 9 was still playing professionally. There's actually, I think, a Day 9 versus Artosis game on this map. Ooh, there's a pretty darn excellent Idra versus another Protoss on this map too, where there is some Idra Rage involved. So that's a lot of fun. I do need to find some more Idra Rage replays, don't I? I got a lot of them where he wins, because what's funny about Idra, I always say this, is he is an excellent player. He was an excellent Brood War player. Very, very good, but people just remember that he got mad when he lost. And it's like, so that's what sticks with it. It gives him the kind of the public persona of being a loser, but that's really not the case. He won a bunch. He might have been, honestly, the best foreigner player. At least the best player for North America. Oh, man, this is getting rough. One of the best foreigner players, at least in Brood War, okay? Totally awesome dude. But then when he lost, he would have balance wines. So basically, he was Artosis, right? He plays Terran too. Ooh, maybe Terran and balance whining. An interesting combination, to be sure. So you have this high ground expansion. It's a very, again, weird map, right? There's your main base is huge, right? This is your ramp leading out. And then your second base, your natural, is on this high ground island, which is actually hittable by tanks down here. It's kind of weird that way. Very, very strange thing. But, you know, there's a lot of games on this map, so it hasn't been vetoed, as both players are scouting the completely incorrect positions for it. And are we surprised by these opening builds? No. Oh, look, a factory. Huh. Actually, you know what? I am surprised by this. I was totally focusing on where this natural is located, and I am surprised we went for a gateway expand. Look at this. Dude, it means your cyber core is late. Oh. Ooh, it means maybe some vulture pressure could do a lot of damage here. That's why you want to get your cyber core out faster. Get some dragoons out to deal with the vultures, because if vultures show up and start smashing you in the face, zealots aren't going to do anything about that. And you don't have a forge down, so you can't make cannons, and you kind of just die. But, you know what? This might work out fine, this timing here. So factory done. I assume we're going to make a vulture pretty much immediately. And no, going machine chop instead. You know what? Rain got away with one. Rain totally just got away with one. So the 2-gate dragoon pressure is going to be real. Going to work on that range upgrade as soon as he has 150 gas, 150 minerals. And there's the expansion after the factory from Ample. So no big surprise there. SCV poking around, trying to see what's what. Singularity charge. Actually, no. What do we? Wait. What did we just spend gas on? Oh, a robotics facility before singularity charge. All right, Rain. This is interesting. He wants to be prepared for spider mines fast, I guess, or maybe he's going for some reaver drops early. This is something we've seen before. I actually just cast a really good game between Rush and who was it? There's the Protoss. Was it Rain? I'm realizing now. Maybe it was Snow. Aronian Snow, I need to do a better job figuring out a way to differentiate between the two, because I'm like, Protoss player, whose name is Weather. Oh, that's all the same person, right? No, it's not. Absolutely not. Anyway, Starport coming in. There's Singularity Charge. Again, after Robotics Facility. Vulture poking around, just trying to see what's what. Is there a third base up here? No. That is a third base location, by the way. You can't tell because fog of war, but it's there. And then walling off the front with 2 Dragoons. Not being aggressive with the Dragoons, but I guess when you go for the early expand, you can't necessarily be aggressive with the Dragoons because you can't keep the Terran pinned in if you're late getting there. They're the ones that start to have map control, right? Anywho, it's an observatory, so we're not going for Reavers quite yet, although it's definitely still on the menu, boys. There's your Spider Mine upgrade, making a siege tank, making an academy back home for the Terran and Terranville. And so far, pretty standard. Again, the earlier expand here from Rain is nice. And he got away with it. I think he could have been punished, but nope, he was not. And there's your Citadel of Adune for the speed upgrade for Les Zealots. Alright, well, where are we today? Oh my gosh, we're making a Wraith. That usually means you're worried about drops. I think that's usually what the intent there with Wraith is, because you're not going to harass with it. A Wraith is a defensive unit against Protoss. Dragoons just wreck them so fast, and there's going to be Dragoons out anyway. Trying to harass with the Wraith is stupid, but picking off Observers is good, and also, again, defending against drops. If you can kill that shuttle when you're on the whole Vulture tank side of things, when nothing you have shoots up, that's a great feeling. You don't have to spend money on turrets necessarily. You just make one Wraith, and then it really keeps shuttles away. Spider-Mine's out in the front. Spider-Mine at this potential third base, which you can now see. And Observer moving over for some scouting purposes. Ooh, quick Templar Archives here too. So potentially Storm Drops are in play here. Haven't seen that a whole ton recently in PvTs on the channel, but it's definitely in the bag. It's in those options. Oh my gosh, a dropship from Ample too. Ooh, we could see some drops. Man, if you didn't watch that Rush game yesterday, I highly recommend you do. There were drops involved, man. There were recalls, there were drops. It was all over the place. It's on a clip, so it's a good map for that. But seriously, check it out. Maybe pause this one, go watch that one, or open that one in a new tab. And then come back and watch this one, whatever you're into. You have the options. You have the power! As He-Man would say. Arbiter Tribunal coming in 7 minutes after the third base gets started, so this is all very well and good for the Protoss. Nothing too crazy at all. But not going for that Robotics Bay. So I don't see Reaver drops in the future, but once again, High Templar on the drop can be very effective against mineral lines. We see it more against Zerg than against Terran, but it can be very excellent here too. Oh, Vulture drop! Oh, I love this from Ample. He's going to push the third, put a lot of the attention over there, and then drop Vultures into... Oh my gosh. There's no defense here at all. There's 4 Vultures in your house, killing your dudes. Probes, run! Probes, get out of there. Oh, okay, man, that was a good 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7 or 8 probes down here. Oh, look at these Spider Mines getting laid down. Oh, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. The probes are coming back like it's safe. It's not safe, muchachos. It is not safe at all. Dude, the probe count. There was a massive probe lead. Oh, he just sacked all of his Vultures for that. On the other side, siege tanks are here. Oh, they're gonna get the Nexus. A couple more tank shots, and bam, he gets the damage. He doesn't get the guaranteed damage. He goes after the non-guaranteed damage, but he gets it anyway. Tank down. Wait, the tank's alive. Okay. Tank down, third base down, probes massacred, 42 to 42 workers, and a third base is now done from Ample. I love this opening from Ample. As we always say, the Protoss need to scourge. Well, need to swarm, rather. They need to swarm the heck out of the Terran if they're going to beat him, because the Terran's going to be more cost efficient, which means faster expansions, which means more probes than SCVs. But no, that's not what we're getting here out of Rain today. Ample is doing amazing work and making sure the Protoss is slowed down quite a bit. This is Rain being like, I gotta go. I lost a third base, and I lost a bunch of probes. I need to kill some stuff with these siege tanks, man. They are being mean here. They're getting some beautiful shots off. Okay, finally, 1 tank goes down, 2 tanks go down. Third tank is unsieged and actually doing some really nice single target damage here to this Dragoon. Oh, Spider Mine. Oh, look at this positioning to get out of the range of the Spider Mine. Absolutely sick. This one's gonna hit, though. And chase, bam, Dragoon down. All right, so that was a good combination of Spider Mines. Ooh, Spider Mines and tanks actually keeping us alive. I say that, but then more Dragoons are here. Trying to fight just with your straight up default attack is not going to work, but SCV's in the hunt. SCV's in the hunt for the Dragoons. They do surprising amounts of damage against Dragoons. They don't like dealing with SCVs here. This is great. This is amazing out of Rain. He's getting a ton of value out of these handful of Dragoons. Dude, this one has all of 4 HP and has 3 kills. Where are more tanks? Where are more everything, actually? Dude, a lot of SCVs are dying here as well. Finally, they get wiped out, but man, Ample was on his back foot for some time there. Observer hoofing it out of there. And worker count is 54 to 53. Third base coming up about 50-60% done there from Rain. And Rain got those Arbiters on production. Observer says, oh, we're still going mech, huh? Big surprise. Quelle surprise. Gotta kill his own gateway, I guess, to get out of here. That's what that sound was. I'm like, who's under attack? Where is this? Ah, now I know. Recall coming in. Finally, Zealot legs on the way. He went really fast Templar Archives for the Arbiters, and then now he's getting Zealot legs. But man, once Terran's on 3 bases, it gets really dicey for the Protoss. That's why Artosis' chat is always screaming at him to get 3 bases and not to sit on 2. Because a 3-basing Terran is 33% better than a 2-basing Terran. I'm pretty sure the math checks out on that. And yeah, being on equal base is not great. Looks like we're going to try to take a 4th here from Rain, maybe even a 5th over here, which this Vulture is scouting. 6th. This is a 4-player map, so this top left is a spawn location, as is the bottom right. So yeah, that means easy expansion locations in the corners on this map. Where are you? I see you. The only one who knew me. Now your eyes see through me. There's your recall. Woo! All over. Okay, the question is, how many SCVs can he kill? How many buildings can he take down? How many upgrades can you deny? There's a good set of defense here from Ample. He can't save the armory, though. SCVs are going to die here, too. Tanks popping out of factories. Also getting the death treatment. Although siege tanks firing from a distance, defending their own base. Arbiter is actually going to escape from this, which is not always a guarantee, but I guess there aren't that many Goliaths here. And the Goliaths are actually losing to Dragoons right now, so bam, that's another dead Goliath. SCV counts down to 45. That was a pretty good SCV massacre. Well done. Arbiter gets out of there. Not taking any hull damage at all. Not taking any hull damage at all. That was a really effective recall. And then over here on the right side, we have a 4th base warping it at the same time. So always expand while attacking is what they say. That's what I was taught for StarCraft, and that's what I try to live. It's hard to remember to do, but you'll notice the pros do it a lot, and that's why they're pros. Hoorah! Science vessel coming in for the EMPs. So I think Rain absolutely took a massive hit in the first 10 minutes of this game, but then he was able to recover by putting his own damage and his own hurt there on Ample. That was great. The combination of the Dragoon pressure on the 3rd base plus the recall into the main was just fantastic. Got his 3rd base back, got a 4th base up, and now everything is okay. I think Rain has reset the game here. Yes, he's got more workers than Ample does, but he needs more in order to win, and bigger army against the more cost-efficient Terran. Don't know what else to tell you here. +1 attack is done for Le Mech. We are at +2 from the Dragoons, though. Spider-Mine's getting cleared out, as is tradition by Dragoons, when they are supported by an Observer. 10 Zealots at a time, though. Woo! Rain really wants to go heavy on them Zealots, which is why you have to have the Vultures and the Spider-Mines. If you just went siege tanks, Vulture, or tanks, or just went tanks, then Zealots would absolutely win that engagement. Vultures are tres importante. Faster Observer movement. Skadarian Core for Arbiter Energy upgrade coming in here, too. 168 to 153 supply, 14 minutes. These players are maxing out as fast as they can right now. Off of the 3 bases for the Terran. He doesn't seem all that interested in taking a 4th, which is totally normal. And then this Arbiter is hunting around, trying to find... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. This is Rain expanding down here, so for a 5th, this makes all the sense in the world that Rain would try to do this. He's got map control for the moment, but the tank count is increasing. A lot of tanks have died in the last 5 minutes or so. So the Dragoons having map control is great. Storm getting researched by Rain. Loving that. Really, really love a good Storm from a Protoss. It's possibly the best spell in the game. It is the most used spell in the game. All 3 matchups from Protoss use it heavily. I'm not sure there's another spell in the game that counts that way. I'm thinking through the list right now, and I just don't think there is. So yeah, Storm, you know it's good. I know it's good. That's how this works. Big old main arm transfer down to the bottom right of the map. Bottom right-hand corner there. Observer sniped by a scan and an Arbiter hit, or maybe... Ooh, nice stasis. Science vessel detection. Ooh, Arbiter gets out of there. Takes some hits, obviously, here. There's enough tanks still sieged up that Rain doesn't want to engage into this at the moment. The Goliaths are baiting. It's like, hey, chase me down. Oh, is he actually going for it? Okay, he's actually kind of going for it here. I mean, you need to trade out Dragoons for siege tanks if you can, but spending a lot of time killing Vultures, which is not exactly the big deal. Is this a recall on top of this army? No. No, it is not, but the stasis is hot right now. Man, pushing in, stasis up. 3 Arbiters, 4 Arbiters over this battle. And look, oh my gosh, tried to win it, couldn't quite do it, and yes. The goal was reached by Rain here. He killed a lot of siege tanks. He traded them out for Dragoons, but he can make 10 at a time. Because of all the economy he has, he is zerging, and it's working for him. Tank count is not nearly as intimidating as it was about 3 minutes ago. Although there's still a lot of tanks in stasis. They're going to come out soon. Don't know about this one. There are 4 observers in here for Rain. What the crap, dude? 2 sets? This seems really, really redundant in this little tiny area to have 4 observers sitting around. But I mean, extra detection is extra detection. Another reason you want to have a lot of bases as a Protoss is because you're going to lose some, usually, to a really good Terran player, which is what Ample is. You're going to lose them. There's nothing you can do about that. Ah, nicely done. Bringing some reinforcements in to try to save this base. Cannons sacrifice their lives in this situation to buy some time so the Nexus doesn't go down. And very nice stuff. He'd like to sit here and kill these tanks when they come out of stasis, but that is not going to happen with the reinforcing units coming. Does he not know about this? I feel like if he knew about the bottom right, he would go kill it. Seems like a good thing for him to try to do. But man, he's, again, really very happy to sit here on 3 bases and just kind of hang out for the time being. He's just interested in killing bases. Continuing to push in. Oh, nicely done. Great concave here from the Protoss. Coming from the backside, a single Dragoon. Does not quite count as a full 360 surround there. Arbiters are just here providing that cloak, but I mean, yes, also there's full detection in the form of 3 science vessels, so I don't know what that purpose is. Maybe just for stasises when the energy comes up. Again, great stasises in the house at the moment. We've got the +3 attack on these tanks, too. +2 attack on the Dragoons. I'm not sure how Ample got up 2 upgrades. Defensive Matrix on Les Siege tanks, fighting as hard as they can against these Dragoons. Not even sieging, which, hey, you can do that. Single target damage is actually more than Splash. Wait, hang on. No, it's not more than Splash. But it's very good single target damage nevertheless, and you can actually micro when you're not in siege mode. Zealots running in, Spider Mines. Oh, drag the Spider Mines down. 2 tanks go down to the Spider Mine friendly Splash, but also the Zealots are going to do a lot of work there too. So it's all good. Really trying to save this right side base. It's taking some hits. It's on fire. It's lost a little bit of hull here. And I don't know if there's enough Protoss here to save it. Ample's been relentless with his reinforcements coming in. Spider Mine's making sure that the Zealots can't do much. I'm a little bit tongue-tied here. This has been such an intense situation. Right side Nexus gonna go down. Working on vehicle plating here too. Ample's feeling very good about his position on these 3 bases. Tanks. Only 1 tank can fire on this Nexus, but you know what? It's doing enough damage. Rain, if he needs to save this, he needs to move, I think, now. Yep, it's time to go. Now, he's bringing a Zealot in. These Vultures don't fire because the cloak, and there's no Science Vessels here. But no, the Nexus goes down. One Zealot coming in was not enough to save it. Free probe. Free probe. Where are these probes? Oh, see, the probes heading down here should indicate. Oh, he knows. He knows he's been firing on it the whole time. Oh, that's hilarious. Fire. Doesn't get a shot off inside the minimum attack range. Tank down. Beautifully done. The observers are, they're like, oh, why are... Rain just figured out there were observers here. So all of a sudden, Rain is in a big amount of trouble. He just lost 2 bases. I know this isn't dead yet, but it's dead. And he hasn't been able to establish another one. He hasn't been able to kill any of Ample's 3 bases that he's working with. So Rain's in trouble. Although, what are you doing? He's like, I can't afford to send more than 1 siege tank down here. I guess. Okay, well, 2 tanks it is. 2 tanks it is. Oh, and he put a command center up here. How nice. So he's got a 4th. Beautiful. You know what? I think I scrolled right over that and didn't see it because I was focusing on something else. All right, Rain says, I got to get something done. I really can't lose my 4th and my 5th bases and let the Terran get a 4th base at the same time. That is just not a way to win this thing. He's working on +3 now. Did he think he had 3 already? And that's why he didn't work on it? I don't even know what's going on. Vulture's a little bit ahead of the group. Pull back, pull back. You need the siege tanks to support. Coming from the left side to the right side, though. Dragoons firing away. Nice stasis. Another. Oh, so many of the stasis here. Dragoons just wandering in among these tanks because so many of them are harmless. Oh, this is not good. This is not good for Ample. Rain, every time he's been on the back foot, he's really been able to get some good stuff done here. Zealots running in all over the place, just trying to cause some problems, not accomplishing a whole lot that way. So 117 to 129 supply. These Dragoons are waiting. Oh, the Spider-Mine hits on those Zealots. These tanks are all in a lot of trouble. If Ample can't get reinforcements up here, it's going to be a problem. Also a bit of an attack coming into this 4th base of Ample. What a great match this is. SCVs are forced to fight against the Dragoons. At least they don't have +3. Some of the tanks coming out of stasis immediately getting obliterated. Some more tanks coming out of stasis. Nice. Ooh, nice defensive matrix up here. Tank down, tank down, tank down. And just trying to keep some of these. No. All the tanks that were at siege are dead. These Dragoons actually retreating from the SCV assault, or maybe they're just coming to try to help in this battle in the middle that is very low econ. Both players are under 100 supply right now, and under 40 workers too. Taking the top left base here. Very nice from Rain. That's beautiful stuff. The Dragoons have decided to come try to take down this 4th base. After all, thank you very much. It's not a big army from Ample here trying to deal with this. What a scrap-tastic game this one is. Ow. Ow. I mean, at least we'll kill a ComSat station. That seems totally fine. Can he... I mean, there's more reinforcing Dragoons coming from here. This is banana pants. That Dragoon's dead. Sure, whatever. Tank sieging somewhere. Ah, up here. So we're kind of following each other in here, right? Dragoons come in, Terran chases them, and then Protoss chases them, and then Terran chases them into this location, and we save the base. Ample manages to save it. 81 to 78 supply at 23 minutes. Woof. Nobody's happy about this. Least of all, honestly, Rain, though. He's got to be the least happy right now. Is that a recall? Where'd these Dragoons come from? A 3-Dragoon recall doesn't seem super hot. Maybe there were some Zealots in there and they got evaporated and you can't see their blood. No blood splatter analysis for Zealots because they evaporate and they are put into the bodies of Dragoons. I love the million Spider-Mine missile turret set up here to deal with recalls onto this location. That's great. Left side not happening. I think both players are kind of just licking their wounds. They looked at their supply and said, we do not have much supply. By way of supply, we have no supply, as Guru would say. Rain's considered it re-expanding here for the last 5 minutes, but hasn't actually gotten around to it. Oh, 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 oh. Recall! Recall! Ricola! Ricola! Really? Okay, the Goliaths are out. Storm was brought along on this battle. Takes down a bunch of those SCVs. Missile turrets say, get out of here, observers. No detection available for you. But cloaking still available for you. 33 SCVs to 34 probes. This is absolute brutality. The number of workers that have died in this game are, wow, absolutely fantastic. And for like the third time today, SCVs have been forced to pull off the mineral line and try to fight these Dragoons. And they do pretty well, as I keep saying. Surprisingly so, but 33 SCVs at 25 minutes is not good. This is really, really bad. Bottom right base is happily mining. That's a big deal for Ample right now. I love this probe. He's just like, I was given the command to come over here and be in the perfect position to throw down a Nexus, but I have not been commanded to do that yet. $87 to $79 supply. I don't know that Rain is doing the Zerg thing as well as he needs to win this game. I like this expansion. I do. He needs it. He needs this base because of the sheer number of mining bases that Ample is working on right now, and by that I mean two. Because his third base and his main base and his natural base are dead. So yes, that's what I totally mean by this, is two bases. But the Protoss, in all fairness, is on one base. So that's not good. A Vulture's up here. He's got one kill. He's stopping all mining on the northern section of this mineral line. Absolutely brutal. SCV came in here and did you fight? Oh, you did fight the probe and you won. You're a better fighter than probes and drones. So SCV has that advantage because he doesn't have natural healing like the other two do. Is that fair? I don't know. It seems pretty fair to me. I don't really have any complaints about it. Oh, probe transfer, no! Probe transfer, dude. Rain's down to 30 probes after that. 30 probes at 27 minutes. Remember when I was like, Ample has 34. That's really bad. It's worse if you have 30. Dude, I think Ample has this game. I don't want to call it early. I don't want to caster curse this thing. But just where we've been for the last 5 or 10 minutes, it really, really feels like Ample has a good handle here. Yes, he's only at 100 supply, but guess what? Rain's at 98. If you're down in supply to your Terran opponent and your Protoss, it's not a good time. Straight up not having a good time, man. So Elden Ring is coming out soon, and everybody's pretty hyped about it from what I've seen. It's by the FromSoft people who do Dark Souls and whatnot, and part of me wants to like that style of game, but from what I understand, there's just no story. I don't know that I need story in my video games, but I really enjoy having story in my video games. And from what I know about Dark Souls, it's just like you show up, everything sucks, kill these bosses, and if there's lore, there's some books you can kind of find lying around, and they contradict each other, so good luck. I don't know. I find that unsatisfying. So Elden Ring is open world rather than more of a kind of a tunnel, point A to point B to point C, more of a thing from the previous games. So I like the idea of an open world kind of medieval style combat game. But I also kind of need quests. I kind of need quests and characters and development and drama and stuff. And it just feels like the Elden Ring is going to be a loose collection of boss fights that you wander to and from across the land. And you find a tower, and guess what? There's a boss in there. I guess I'll go kill it. Right? And that's as much story as we get. Oh my gosh. Vultures are taking down this Nexus. That's it. Vultures are getting... No, wait. The Stasis! Oh, the clutch Stasis coming through and saving the Nexus at 146 HP. Are you serious right now? That was dead. That was dead without the Stasis. Beautiful plays. Out of Rain. What an absolute boss he is. 138 to 139. Both players have had a little bit of time to breathe here. God, it's another base from Ample. We're at the point where we've taken every base on the map. If Rain takes this one, which he is very much planning on doing now. We got 400 minerals. It's probably time for that. But if you split the map in half against a Terran, you're just going to lose. I'm not saying you're going to lose. It's not a guarantee, but it is very hard to beat a Terran player that you split the map in half with. If you're Zerg or if you're Protoss, These guys aren't target firing the Nexus. At least extra hits on the Nexus here would be nice. Oh, no, you don't get this base. Big Vulture Harass run by here. 3-2 upgrades on these dudes. Once they have +3 attack and there's a bunch of them, they're actually very willing to go against buildings. They do enough damage to make it worth it. Oh, okay, free tanks in the middle of the map. Are these guys bait or what? Or are they just dead? Kind of feel like they're just sort of dead. Well, some of them are, some of them are not. The retreat ability of a tank not in siege mode is very impressive indeed. Yeah, so this game is getting pretty nuts. 148 to 149. Still at under 40 workers for both these players at 30 minutes. Scrap-tastic. A scrap-tastic PVT to be sure. All right, man. So that command center is going to finish. Denying this for Rain is a huge freaking deal. If Rain can't have this, he just loses. If Rain can have this, his chances of losing are about 80%. So that's extremely important he gets a Nexus up here. I'm surprised he doesn't have any army defending it whatsoever. Also, I'm really surprised we haven't seen a Vulture run by to finish this Nexus off. I feel like that's entirely possible. This number of Vultures just kind of doing a speedy run by, snipe the Nexus. There's not a lot of HP there at all. You have enough armor to withstand a couple cannons shooting at you. I think you can pull this off, but nope. Recall, bottom right. Missed the animation, but I mean, that's just a dead base. That's amazing. And again, look who's setting up to the top left as a response. That's right, Ample is. He wants that base in response to him losing this one hardcore. He has enough defense to cover the next storm one, the natural base at this bottom right spawn. Yeah, I don't know about coming over here, man. The tank count is nuts. Yeah, I mean, 3 Dragoons die pretty much instantaneously. Storm up, but you know what? With Defensive Matrix, gonna absorb some of that damage. And yeah, there's just not enough to get up here. Plus, you're coming up a ramp. I'm really kind of surprised he's not killing this Nexus, but maybe... Oh, he recalls on top of the force! Oh! Rain. Maybe your recalls are going to be enough to get you this match in a situation I didn't necessarily see you coming out of. Dude, it's 138 to 113 supply. The recalls on top of the mech army. The recall on the bottom right base. All of this has been so incredibly good for Rain. Drops, man. Drops on a Terran. Recalls on a Terran are drops functionally. Look at this Vulture moving around in stasis. You're cheating. Get back in there. Go back to where you were. Yeah, that's the game, just trying to be like, you can't cover the same spots at the same time? Anyway, trying to storm the science vessels or just straight up kill them with Dragoons, too. Dude, Ample's back down under 80 supply. His tank count just got reset. What does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 6? Does he just have 6 tanks? Well, just got 3 more spawning, so that's 9. Oh my gosh. And he killed this base too with some zealots. Okay, this is amazing. Is this getting an epic tag? This might get an epic tag. Dude, it's a 33-minute game. 146 to 95 supply. And you know what? I think Rain, with those recalls and the defense of that top left-hand corner, I think he just won this game. Look at the... I mean, okay, there's some tanks coming from the bottom right that I didn't account for in the total number of tanks. No, there's no zealots here. There's no spider mines. It's just Dragoon versus Siege Tank, and I think the tanks are heavily outnumbered, and pushing bottom right means that Ample doesn't have any income at all. A bit of a Vulture tank run-by attempt. Gonna try to take out this top left. It is forcing a response here from Rain. I'm really surprised he didn't send something down here to try to take this down, but... Spider mines, don't chase us. Where are the arbiters? Where's the recall? Hey, look, right there. Did you bring any anti-air to handle this eventuality? No? Great. And the recall saves the Nexus again. Rain has just made so many... And GG. Rain is your winner in 34 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic TVP. Great Protoss play from Rain there. Man alive, the recalls were game-saving, game-changing. He had so many arbiters today. He lost a bunch of them. And he's got 4 at the end. Yeah, this Nexus got down to 146 HP and stayed alive. That is an impressive testament to his ability to defend using the recalls, setting those up perfectly. Hey, these spider mines, we don't care about your spider mines. We're just going to teleport through time and space instantaneously and save our base that way. Thank you for asking, Ample. Beautiful, beautiful PVT. A couple times Rain was down and out and hurting and needed to get something done, and he got something done. It was through recalls. It was through pushes. It was through whittling tank counts down. It was through just constant harassment, constant pushing. Ample did some good things too. The vulture drop up here at the natural base was beautiful. Sniping the third base early was very good. Killing this fourth base and this fifth base in quick succession were amazing. But Rain was just, his macro was too good. His recalls were too stinking good. And Rain gets the win. Beautiful. I don't know how else to explain that PVT other than the fact it was beautiful. All right, man. End of the day, 253,000 points from Rain, 230 for Ample. Just lost so many tanks, especially in the last 5 minutes or so. Did end up outproduced. You know what? Got outproduced. Got outproduced pretty heavily by the Terran, which is not usually how this works, and the kill-death ratio was not great. Dude, I can't do the math here, but this is telling me that Rain produced, let's see, about 200 units, 250 units fewer than Ample, and killed only like 70 more units than Ample did. What the heck? How did he win this game? I mean, resource difference is good. He is 7,000 more resources spent than Ample is. That's good, but I mean, in a 34-minute game, I kind of would expect to see, need to see a little bit more. Is the recalls. He didn't take any engagements where he just got obliterated, like a lot of Protoss will do. He stasised a whole bunch. He pulled back from situations that were not okay. Right? He pulled back from situations that were not okay. He did recalls. He attacked areas where the tanks were not and really kept the pressure on Ample on the other side of the map instead of having Ample put pressure on him, at least after those bottom right bases got wiped out. The top left stayed fairly alive, I guess. Man, absolutely fantastic. All right, good stuff. So that right there is gonna be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.